Come on, did I say something wrong? Your family, the Parkers, with all their wealth? Grandpa, Happy New Year. I'm on a video call with old Mr. Lawrence. Happy New Year. His granddaughter Ava suddenly appeared behind me just for a bath towel. Where are my clothes? Mr. Lawrence was stunned. I was stunned, and the whole Lawrence family was in an uproar. The family group chat instantly went crazy. Baby received $1 million. Baby received $3 million. Baby received $5 million. Baby received $7 million. Old Mr. Lawrence yelled, Grandpa is here. Everyone move. Baby received $50 million. Old Mr. Lawrence pretended to be calm on the surface, but couldn't hide his inner glee. Leon is closest to me in terms of relationship. None of you are allowed to compete with me for the position in grandson-in-law's heart. Leon, spend the money lavishly. All the family's money is yours. On the day of my 20th birthday party, my sister Sophia said to me earnestly, Don't run around. Go to the first room on the upper floor to rest. You must stay away from the VIP lounge. The special guest is resting up there tonight. Okay, I'm going, I replied absent-mindedly, and immediately turned around and forgot my sister's advice. As soon as I reached the first room on the second floor, I heard voices coming from inside. My sister said she had prepared something special for me, maybe not this first room. Wait, the door to that lounge was slightly ajar, and the large VIP sign on it was completely ignored by me. As I passed by, my foot tripped on something, and I lost control, falling forward. Oh no, this wouldn't be the VIP my sister mentioned, would it? Get up first. Just then, hurried footsteps came from the corridor. Sophia ran over breathlessly, looking nervously at the scene in the lounge. She quickly stepped forward. Ms. Lawrence, my little brother Leon is young and impulsive. He offended you. Please allow me to apologize on his behalf. It's nothing. This casual, it's nothing, made Sophia's anxious heart finally settle. Then please rest well. We won't disturb you anymore. With that, she quickly pulled me away and didn't dare to whisper a reprimand until we were in the elevator. I told you to stay away from the VIP lounge. If you really angered Ava Lawrence, how could our family bear the consequences? I leaned against the elevator wall, the warmth of the woman's fingers still lingering on my palm, and the scent of Ava Lawrence lingering around my nose. So, the Ava Lawrence, known in New York as the cold and aloof CEO, her hands were warm too. Meanwhile, back in the lounge, Ava Lawrence stared at her own hand, lost in thought. She looked up at the window, a faint, almost imperceptible smile playing on her red lips. This pampered young master from the Parker family is actually a bit more striking than those spoiled rich kids I've seen in New York. The siblings had just walked into the ballroom when several inquiring glances immediately looked over. Isn't that the youngest Parker? He dared to provoke that one? He's got guts. Keep your voice down. Didn't you see Mr. Parker's face? He probably offended her. The Parkers are in trouble now. Mr. and Mrs. Parker quickly walked over. After making sure I wasn't hurt, Mrs. Parker breathed a sigh of relief. The couple exchanged questioning looks with Sophia. Sophia shook her head slightly, signaling they would discuss it later, and then led her parents to attend to other guests. I had just sat down on the sofa when I heard, "Oh, isn't this the young Parker? Why are you sitting here alone? I heard you went to the VIP lounge. I heard Ms. Lawrence is a very difficult person to get along with. You offended her and she didn't throw you out? Get your hands off me! Why are you getting so worked up? Did I say something wrong? Your family's modest wealth is nothing in front of Ms. Lawrence." Before she could finish her sentence, she was frozen in place by an icy glare. When did Ava Lawrence come down? Tina's face instantly turned pale. The surrounding area fell into dead silence, all eyes focused on this spot. Mr. and Mrs. Parker were so nervous their palms were sweating. Ava Lawrence didn't look at Tina again. Her gaze swept over the crowd and landed on me. She raised an eyebrow slightly. Is she angry? She looks like an angry little puppy. She signaled to her assistant, who immediately stepped forward. Miss Tina, please leave. Tina, visibly relieved, quickly left the ballroom without daring to look at me again. Ava Lawrence, followed by her entourage, walked straight towards the main table in the ballroom. I couldn't understand the look in her eyes just now. As soon as Ava sat down, Mr. Parker carefully walked over with a wine glass to toast her. Ms. Lawrence, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today. I'd like to toast you, and quickly downed his glass in one go before returning to his seat. After the banquet ended, I stood by the floor-to-ceiling window of the ballroom, watching Ava Lawrence's motorcade drive away. Stop staring, she's gone. Have some water. The warm water slid down my throat, but it didn't dispel the nervousness in my heart. Sophia, why do you think Ms. Lawrence helped me just now? Whatever Ava Lawrence's reasons are for helping you, you need to stay away from her in the future. Our family and the Lawrences are on completely different levels. Getting too close won't do us any good. I dragged my tired body back to my bedroom. This day had left me not only physically exhausted, but also mentally drained from the constant tension. After taking a shower, I lay in bed tossing and turning, unable to sleep. I couldn't help but search for Ava Lawrence's name on my phone, but I found nothing except some official press releases from her company group. It was as mysterious and aloof as she was. Meanwhile, at the Lawrence estate, Ava had just returned home. The butler handed her a glass of warm water. Ms. Lawrence, you're back. Old Mr. Lawrence asked me to ask you how the Parkers' banquet was. It was fine. I heard that Ms. Tina caused a scene at the banquet and you stepped in to help young Mr. Parker. Word travels fast. It was nothing, just something I happened to hear. Old Mr. Lawrence also asked, what do you think of young Mr. Parker? Old Mr. Lawrence has been looking for a grandson-in-law for years. Today he heard that you stood up for the Parker boy, and he's absolutely thrilled. He instructed the kitchen to prepare some dessert and send it to my study. Yes, Ms. Lawrence. But Ms. Lawrence never eats dessert. Why would she suddenly want some today? Ava Lawrence sat at her desk. She didn't look at the company documents in front of her. Instead, she picked up her phone and opened a message from her secretary. Quite young, simple background information, it read, and it matches the impression I got today perfectly. This photo is also very handsome and sunny. At the same time, the atmosphere at the Parker Villa was somewhat somber. Sophia was eating her rice in small bites, her brows furrowed tightly. I noticed my sister's unusual behavior and couldn't help but ask, Sophia, what's wrong? Is there a problem with the company? Sophia put down her chopsticks and let out a soft sigh. It's the Southside project land. That land is tricky. I told you not to get involved, but you wouldn't listen. Now it's stuck with Director Liam, and we can't do anything about it. If this project succeeds, our company could really move up a level. I've looked into it. It's not a problem with the project itself. Director Liam is just holding it up. My dad, Mr. Parker, frowned deeply. We'll just have to wait and see or try to find a better connection to smooth things over. After dinner, I went back to my room and opened my computer to search for the Southside Land project. Very little information came up, just that it was a highly anticipated and competitive project. I then searched for Director Liam and Ava Lawrence. This Director Liam is a key person Ava Lawrence has been cultivating since he joined her company. So the key person my sister mentioned is Ava Lawrence's man. I shut down my computer and leaned back in my chair, my feelings a mess. For the first time, I so clearly felt the extent of Ava Lawrence's influence and how insignificant the Parkers were in comparison. The next morning, Sophia had just arrived at the company when she received a call from Director Liam's office. Sophia, could you please come to the Lumiere Group office this morning? Sophia was stunned for a moment, thinking she had misheard. After confirming it several times, she excitedly hung up the phone and then called home. Mr. Parker was also surprised, not understanding why Director Liam had suddenly softened his stance. In September, autumn began to show in New York. My friend Liam and I had just walked into a jewelry store when a bracelet in the display case caught my eye. What do you think of this for my mom's birthday next month? Seems like a good choice. Good eye. It's a stylish piece, but the price is enough to cover your allowance for 2 months. We were chatting quietly when a deliberately loud, sarcastic voice came from behind. Oh, isn't this the young Parker? Why didn't your sister Sophia come with you? The smile on my face instantly froze, and my brows furrowed tightly. Tina? Tina is the daughter of Arthur Nelson, a self-made man in construction who built a fortune. She's notoriously spoiled in New York's social circles. She usually uses her family's wealth to bully others, especially handsome young men. I remember she insulted me at a banquet before, and my sister Sophia immediately warned her. She's clearly holding a grudge. Liam and I tried to leave, but Tina blocked our way. As she got closer, I caught a faint smell of alcohol. What's the rush, Leon? Stay and chat with me for a bit. I heard your family's been dealing with Director Liam lately. Well, my dad is an old friend of his. I could put in a good word for you, maybe help seal the deal, but of course it wouldn't be free. I pushed Tina's hand away. Liam, standing beside me, laughed coldly. Tina, have some shame. You think the Parkers have no one to stand up for them? Maybe it was the alcohol affecting her judgment, but Tina gritted her teeth and said, "You dare refuse me? Believe me, you won't leave this mall today." Her 4 bodyguards immediately surrounded us. I pulled out my phone, my face cold. "Tina, I suggest you don't do anything rash. I'm calling my sister right now." "Go ahead, call Sophia. Let's see what she can do to me. If you don't do as I say today, this isn't over." The woman standing amidst the encirclement was graceful and composed. She didn't look at anyone in particular, merely casting a calm, assessing glance at the store's fire safety equipment and emergency exits, as if she were just conducting a routine inspection of one of her group's malls. That single, seemingly casual glance, however, immediately jolted Tina back to her senses. "Ava." Tina carefully approached Ava, her voice trembling slightly. "Ms. Lawrence, I'm so sorry. Please, have mercy on me this once." I was stunned, staring at Ava's figure, my heart pounding uncontrollably. Ava ignored Tina completely, her gaze turning to the mall manager. "Is this how safety management is handled here?" The mall manager turned pale with fright, apologizing profusely. "I'm so sorry, Ms. Lawrence. It's our oversight. We'll fix it immediately. Notify the security manager for this area to report to my office in 10 minutes. After saying this, her gaze fell on me. She noticed my upright posture, her eyebrows slightly furrowed almost imperceptibly. "Assistant Chloe, please take Mr. Parker and his friend home." "Yes, Ms. Lawrence." Chloe stepped forward and made a please gesture to Liam and me. "Mr. Parker, Mr. Liam, please follow me." I snapped out of my daze and wanted to say thank you to Ava, but I found she had already disappeared at the end of the corridor. Tina, relieved, quickly left as well. I followed Chloe downstairs. Chloe led us to the elevator entrance. I saw the interior was carpeted in red, with exquisite oil paintings on the walls, completely different from a regular elevator. "Mr. Parker, Mr. Liam, please come in." After we both entered the elevator, Chloe followed and pressed the button for the basement level 1. As we exited the elevator, I saw a sleek black luxury sedan. I think I've heard my dad mention this. It's the official car for Lumiere Group executives. "Mr. Parker, shall I take you directly back to the Parker family estate or to your apartment?" How does she know I have an apartment? I quickly composed myself and answered, "Back to the estate, please. Thank you, Assistant Chloe." "Assistant Chloe, if you don't mind me asking, my sister Sophia is currently working on the Southside project, and the person in charge of approval is Director Liam. I was wondering if you—" Before I could finish my sentence, Chloe interrupted me. "Mr. Parker, Ms. Lawrence has given instructions. For work-related matters, please have Ms. Parker follow the standard procedures." I quickly apologized. "I'm sorry, Assistant Chloe, I didn't mean that, I just—" Chloe, sitting in the passenger seat, turned around and gave me a slight nod. "Mr. Parker, there's no need to apologize. Ms. Parker has an excellent reputation in the business community. Ms. Lawrence recognizes her professional capabilities. As long as the project meets all planning requirements, the approval process will proceed smoothly." "Thank you, Assistant Chloe, I understand." I got it. Although Ava helped me, she definitely wouldn't grant any special privileges because of it. This clear separation of personal and professional matters made me respect Ava even more. The car soon stopped at the entrance of the Parker estate. "Mr. Parker, Mr. Liam, we've arrived." "Thank you, Assistant Chloe, sorry for the trouble." Chloe gave a slight nod. "Mr. Parker, you're welcome. It's my job. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact me." She handed me a business card with only a name and a phone number on it. I took the card, thanked her again, and pulled Liam into the estate. Only after the car drove away did Liam exclaim in a hushed, excited voice, "Leon, was that Ava Lawrence just now? My God, she's gorgeous. She looks like she stepped right out of a comic book." "Keep your voice down. If my dad hears you, he'll start lecturing again." "What's there to lecture about? I'm telling you, I think Ms. Lawrence is into you. Did you see the way she looked at you? It was completely different from how she looked at anyone else, and she specifically had her assistant drive you home. That's not a treatment just anyone gets." "Don't talk nonsense. She just happened to be there and helped out on a whim. Someone like her with her status, she's probably seen all kinds of men. Why would she be interested in me?" Despite my words, a ripple of emotion stirred in my heart. Is it possible? I feel a little flutter. Meanwhile, in the mall's office, Ava Lawrence was sitting on the sofa, holding a cup of hot tea. The security manager was nervously reporting the corrective action plan. Ava suddenly spoke. "Someone caused trouble in your area, and you didn't know about it?" The security manager quickly bowed and apologized. I'm so sorry, Ms. Lawrence. It was my negligence. I'll have it dealt with immediately. No need. Conduct a thorough investigation into the Nelson family's construction material contracts, especially their bidding documents for the Southside project, according to company regulations. Yes, Ms. Lawrence. This is your last warning. You may go. Ava walked to the window, thinking about how I looked just now. I'm not usually one to meddle in other people's business, but seeing Leon being harassed earlier, I actually got angry without thinking. But then again, he probably didn't even need my help to handle it himself. Chloe spoke up. Ms. Lawrence, should I review the Southside project documents, including the Parker's proposal? Yes, have someone look into it right away. I've been with Ms. Lawrence for so many years, and this is the first time I've seen her take such an active interest in a particular family's affairs, especially when it involves a work project. Chloe was curious, but knew better than to ask questions. She turned and went to arrange the task. Ava's expression became somewhat complex. I know I shouldn't pay too much attention to the Parker's affairs, but thinking of Leon's clear eyes, I can't help but want to know more. Back at the Parker estate, as soon as I walked into the living room, I saw my dad and sister sitting on the sofa with serious expressions. Seeing me come in, Mr. Parker stood up. Leon, are you okay? Assistant Chloe just called me and said you ran into some trouble. Dad, Sophia, I'm fine. Ms. Lawrence helped me out. I sat down on the sofa and told them what had happened, omitting nothing. After hearing my story, Mr. Parker's expression grew even more serious. Ms. Lawrence truly lives up to her reputation, but you owe her a favor now. You must be even more careful with your words and actions when you see her in the future. I know. Oh, and Sophia, Assistant Chloe said that as long as your project meets the planning requirements, the approval process will go smoothly. Really? That's great. I was worried about dealing with Director Liam. It seems Ms. Lawrence approves of our project. Don't get too optimistic. Ms. Lawrence is known for being professional and impartial. She won't give special treatment just because of a personal connection. You still need to perfect the project plan and make sure it meets all the requirements. I know. I've already had the team revise the plan. We'll send it to Director Liam tomorrow. We really need to thank Ava properly. If she hadn't happened to be there today, who knows how long it would have taken Leon to get out of that situation. Looks like the Nelsons are going to be in trouble now. During dinner, I was somewhat distracted. The scenes from the day kept replaying in my mind. Leon and Ava are from completely different worlds. Ava is at the very top. There's a vast gulf between our family's social standings. I shouldn't have any unrealistic thoughts about her. After dinner, I went back to my room and took out the business card Chloe had given me. I hesitated for a long time, then put the card in my desk drawer. I probably won't be contacting Chloe unless I really run into a problem I can't solve. Meanwhile, Ava walked into her study. Chloe had already placed the research documents on the desk. Ms. Lawrence, all the information on the Parkers is here. Mr. Parker is a visionary businessman. He made his fortune in real estate early on and later transitioned into finance and technology. He has an excellent reputation. Sophia is the eldest daughter and very capable. She personally led the team that worked on the Southside Smart Park project proposal for 3 months. It's very innovative. Leon is the youngest son, currently in college majoring in engineering. He has a rather reserved personality. Ava picked up the documents and started flipping through them. When she saw my photo, her gaze was immediately drawn to it. Leon has participated in many charitable activities during his college years and even founded a foundation to help underprivileged children. One of his designs also won an International Electronic Design Competition award. I didn't expect Leon to not only be outwardly clean and handsome, but also have such a kind heart and talent. I used to think the young masters in these social circles were all scheming against each other. Now I'm starting to change my mind a bit. Pay more attention to the Southside project. Make sure the approval process is fair and impartial, and don't let anyone play any tricks. Yes, Ms. Lawrence. I've already assigned someone to monitor it. Arthur Nelson's company does have some issues recently. His building materials don't meet quality standards. I've forwarded the relevant evidence to the market regulatory authorities. I believe there will be results soon. During a break in the review meeting for the Southside project, Sophia kept looking at the screenshot from the mall's surveillance footage on her phone. The review meeting went far more smoothly than expected. Just moments ago, Director Liam had been full of praise for the proposal. It was a world of difference from the closed-door attitude just a week ago. Sophia knew that the smooth sailing was the aftershock of the mall incident. Ms. Parker, Director Liam would like to see you to finalize the approval timeline. Got it. A notification popped up. The regulatory authorities had received complete evidence of violations and quickly conducted a compliance check on the Nelson family's building materials factory. Due to serious product quality issues, they were ordered to cease production and rectify the problems. Sophia put her phone away and responded, "I'm on my way." Her voice carried a hint of exhaustion from working 3 consecutive nights to revise the project plan, coupled with worry about me that had kept her from sleeping well. She walked into the meeting room. Director Liam saw her and smiled, waving her over. "Sophia, perfect timing. Let me tell you something. Ms. Lawrence reviewed the preliminary plans last week and specifically mentioned the eco-support aspect, saying it aligns with the project's planning direction." Sophia paused in her tracks. The Lumiere Group is a leading enterprise in the industry. My father has always taught me that when cooperating with large companies, we must adhere strictly to fair project rules. The Parkers have built their reputation in business over 30 years through steady, reliable work, never taking shortcuts. But this time, it was Ava who had shone a light on the Parkers. "Director Liam, you flatter me. Our team just wanted to make the project solid. These are the latest adjusted details. Please take a look." Director Liam flipped through the plan and suddenly looked up at her. "Sophia, I'm not just saying this to be nice. Your proposal passed because of its quality, not luck. You know how picky Ms. Lawrence is. Last year, she sent back proposals from 3 listed companies for the Chengxi project for revisions. But since Ms. Lawrence has taken an interest, you need to bring your absolute best. By the way, I also heard about what happened at the shopping mall yesterday. That spoiled girl Tina has really gotten herself into trouble now. So Ava stepping in to help Leon was no longer a secret. My younger brother was reckless and caused Ms. Lawrence trouble. After leaving the Lumiere Group building, Chloe had already parked the car by the curb. Ms. Parker, back to the office or to your brother's school? First, go to the estate to pick up something, then to the company. You're going to see Ms. Lawrence, but we don't have an appointment, and everyone knows Ava Lawrence doesn't just meet strangers. Sophia fastened her seatbelt, her gaze firm. I have to thank her personally for what she did for Leon. As for the appointment, I had my dad use his connections to put in a word. Ms. Lawrence has agreed to see me. The car stopped at the entrance of the Parker estate. Mr. Parker was waiting for her. Everything is ready. It's a small, famous painting your grandfather collected with complete provenance documentation. Just a modest token of our appreciation from the Parker family. Dad, why aren't you coming with me? This old man won't intrude. Ms. Lawrence will likely feel less pressured meeting you alone. Remember, speak less and listen more. Convey our thanks and don't mention the project. I've already had Uncle Charlie take Leon to school. Don't worry. At 2:15 p.m., Sophia stood in front of the Lumiere Group building. She adjusted her outfit several times, her palms slightly sweaty, betraying her nervousness. Leon had wanted to accompany her inside, but she refused. Wait for me in the car. As she entered the lobby, a notified assistant led her towards the elevator. Ms. Lawrence is on the 16th floor. She has a meeting at 3 p.m., so you only have 15 minutes. Sophia nodded. The assistant stopped outside the CEO's office door. Ms. Lawrence, Sophia Parker is here. A cool voice came from inside. Come in! Sophia took a deep breath, opened the door, and walked in. Ava was looking down at some documents. Ms. Lawrence, sorry to interrupt your work. I'm Sophia Parker. My brother Leon ran into some trouble at the shopping mall yesterday, and you helped him out. I came today to thank you personally. Ava didn't look up immediately. After 3 seconds, she slowly raised her eyes. Have a seat. Sophia sat down on the chair in front of the desk. Chloe walked in from outside and placed a cup of hot tea in front of her. Please take this gift with you. I never accept gifts. Ms. Lawrence, this isn't a gift, just a small token of my appreciation. I heard you appreciate art. It's a family heirloom with proper provenance, nothing too extravagant. Ms. Parker, yesterday was a coincidence. I happened to be inspecting the mall and saw Tina causing trouble. Intervening was my duty. It has nothing to do with who your brother is. If you think this gives you leverage to negotiate terms or get special treatment for your project, you're mistaken. Ms. Lawrence, I absolutely didn't mean that. The proposal passed the review thanks to my team's 3 months of hard work. It can withstand any scrutiny. I came here today purely to thank you for my brother's sake. I have no other intentions. Ava looked at her, silent for a few seconds, then abruptly changed the subject. I've seen the Southside project proposal. The design is quite innovative. It incorporates climate considerations, and the smart management system modules are well structured. It doesn't blindly chase technology for its own sake. Thank you for your recognition, Ms. Lawrence. We will strictly follow the plan and never cut corners. It's not my recognition. The proposal itself meets the standards. She picked up the project file and flipped to a specific page. There's an issue here. I had my technical team run optimizations based on the existing parameters. Take this back and have a look. Ms. Lawrence, you're so busy, yet you personally reviewed a project's ventilation system design. Thank you so much. I'll make the revisions immediately when I get back. Don't thank me, I'm doing it for the project's quality. Ava glanced at her watch. Chloe immediately understood. Ms. Parker, Ms. Lawrence's 3 p.m. meeting is about to start. Then I won't disturb you any longer. Thank you again for your help yesterday. Just as she was about to leave, a voice with no warmth came from behind her. Sophia, Ms. Lawrence, your orders? Ava leaned back in her chair and looked at Sophia. Leon is a sophomore in the engineering department at NYU? Yes. In the social circles of New York, it's not a place for a student focused on academic research to be navigating. Tina is among the most insignificant people in these circles. Yet yesterday at the mall, he didn't even have a bodyguard with him. Ms. Parker, as his sister, you've been rather negligent. It's my fault, I didn't consider that. It won't happen again. For the Parkers to establish themselves in New York, your projects are the foundation. You can't rely on others' chance interventions. Take care of your brother. Don't let him become a weakness others can use against the Parkers. Sophia understood the message implicitly. She turned and quietly pulled the door open to leave. Chloe was waiting outside the door and handed her another business card. Ms. Parker, Ms. Lawrence's instruction is, if Mr. Parker runs into any more trouble, call this number directly. But it's best if there's no more trouble. Back in the car, Chloe saw her pale face. Ms. Parker, are you okay? Sophia took a sip of water to calm her racing heart. I'm fine. She put Chloe's business card away safely. Ms. Lawrence has already written out the optimization suggestions for the project. Take this to the technical department. They need to have a revised plan ready today. On the way back to the company, Sophia received a call from Leon. He had already arrived at school. I'm sorry for worrying you about what happened yesterday. It's okay. If anything happens in the future, tell me. I'll help you, and remember to bring your bodyguard when you go out. Back at the company, Sophia immediately called an emergency project meeting. The technical department works overtime today. I need the new plan by tomorrow morning. Ms. Lawrence personally approved these suggestions, and we must implement them strictly. I don't want just good enough, I want perfection. After the third meeting, Sophia was alone in her office. She leaned back in her chair, thinking about Ava's final words. Take care of your brother. This wasn't just advice, it was a warning. If Leon got into any more trouble, it could spell disaster for the Parkers. Chloe parked the black sedan smoothly at the entrance of the Lawrence estate. Ms. Lawrence, your grandfather is waiting for you in the living room. Ava, come sit. I had the kitchen make some bird's nest porridge. Drink it while it's hot. Ava sat down beside him. Old Mr. Lawrence took a sip of tea and abruptly shifted the conversation to business. You handled the East Side resettlement project well last week, but don't slack off on the city commission's work. I know, I'll be careful. After breakfast was half finished, old Mr. Lawrence went to rest. At that point, his wife Eleanor and Ava's mother Susan walked over. My dear granddaughter, you're finally back. Let Grandma see you. Have you lost weight again? Grandma, I'm fine, don't worry. Your grandmother has been in the kitchen since early morning, making sure they made your favorite crab and pork soup dumplings. Eleanor pulled Ava to sit down, her eyes scanning Ava's face. Suddenly she called out to her husband, Robert, come out here. Our precious granddaughter is becoming a workaholic and she's not even thinking about her personal life. Old Mr. Lawrence, who had just raised his teacup, nearly spilled some. He put the cup down and walked out, frowning. We're eating. Why bring that up now? If I don't, who will? The neighbor's grandson is already running around. Old Mr. Lawrence winced but didn't dare to argue back. Mom, Ava knows what she's doing. Let's take it slow. He added a soup dumpling to Ava's plate. Eat up, it's not good cold. Old Mr. Lawrence spoke earnestly. Ava, I know you're busy with work, but you should also think about your personal life. You can't stay single forever. Ava stirred the warm porridge in her bowl, her eyes downcast. Over the years, she'd seen too many marriages based on interest. None of those men had ever moved her. Grandpa, marriage isn't a tool to solidify status. If I ever marry, it will be to someone I can let my guard down with, not just someone who meets the Lawrence family's interests. Let your guard down? You're the youngest CEO in New York. The futures of so many people depend on you. Can you really afford to let your guard down easily? Eleanor chimed in. Ava, look, this is your Uncle Benjamin's grandson. He's a doctor, very refined. I've already set up a meeting with your Uncle Benjamin for this weekend. You two should meet. Ava was about to refuse. Please, Ava, this old bone of mine doesn't know how many years I have left. I just want to see you married. You won't even grant this one wish? Grandma's doing this for your own good. Don't you help her! If you hadn't stopped me back then from introducing people to Ava, she wouldn't be in this situation now. Old Mr. Lawrence immediately shut his mouth and pretended to drink his tea. Susan patted Ava's hand, signaling her to just agree for now. Just then, Ava's father, Edward, walked in. I'm back. This is an invitation from the NYU president for Ava. They'd like her to be a guest of honor for the alumni celebration. The alumni celebration? That's great. NYU is a top university. There are bound to be many outstanding men there. Ava, you must go. NYU is your alma mater, and it's their centennial celebration. You really should go. As for your personal life, don't dismiss your grandmother's words. At least have some direction by the end of the year. If you meet someone you like at the celebration, bring them straight home to Grandma. I knew it. With Grandma, this issue was unavoidable. Ms. Lawrence, the preliminary schedule for the NYU alumni celebration is ready. The university hopes you'll give a 10-minute speech at the opening ceremony on the theme of youth and urban development. Additionally, the planning committee has sent a guest list for your review. Why are the Parkers on the guest list? The Parkers' Southside Smart Park project is a case study partner for the NYU School of Architecture. The university specifically invited Ms. Parker to attend the ceremony as a corporate representative and arranged for her to share her project experience at a breakout session. In the Parker study, Sophia was frowning at the invitation for the NYU centennial celebration. Chloe stood nearby, her voice tinged with excitement. Ms. Parker, the NYU centennial celebration is a major event in New York. Everyone invited is a notable figure. This is a fantastic opportunity for our project's publicity. Over the next 2 weeks, many families were secretly maneuvering to have their sons accidentally run into Ava at the NYU event. Eleanor was deeply invested, calling Susan every day. Susan, make sure Ava has plenty of dresses to try on. I've asked around and got a detailed list of which young men will be there. Susan knew her daughter's temperament. She gently placed the list on Ava's desk. Sweetie, I know you don't like this kind of thing, but Grandma means well. If you really don't want to look at it, just do it for me, so Grandma isn't disappointed. Ava looked at her mother's gentle eyes and put the list in the drawer. But that drawer was never opened again. On the day of the event, Ava, as the distinguished guest representative, took the stage to give her speech. Good morning, distinguished faculty, students, and guests. Before I could fully recover my composure, I heard my department head, Professor Johnson's voice. Leon, are you ready? It's time to present the flowers. I took a deep breath and accepted the bouquet from Professor Johnson. The distance from the formation to the stage was only a few dozen meters, but I could hear my own heartbeat clearly. Ms. Lawrence, hello. Ava accepted the bouquet, and her fingertips accidentally brushed against my hand. I flinched back as if shocked. Following the prepared lines, I began. As a fellow NYU student, we are fortunate to witness this centennial celebration and, even more so, to hear your address. Your words remind us that our generation must. I suddenly looked up, as if grabbing at a lifeline. Must have ambition and shoulder responsibility. We will take you as our example, striving for excellence in our studies and contributing to our nation's development. Thank you, Ms. Lawrence. I straightened up, my eyes apologetic. I'm sorry, Ms. Lawrence. I lost my train of thought for a moment. Wipe your sweat. I was startled for a second, then instinctively took the handkerchief, dabbed the fine sweat from my forehead, folded it, and handed it back. Thank you, Ms. Lawrence. Leon's remarks were very sincere, much more genuine than the scripted version. The murmurs in the audience quieted down. I calmly turned and walked off the stage. Leon, you handled that very well. Ms. Lawrence was very gracious. You forgot your lines but didn't panic and didn't embarrass the Parkers. I pursed my lips and recounted what had just happened. Ava isn't as unapproachable as the rumors say, Sophia nodded. Ms. Lawrence is a big-picture person. She won't hold a minor mistake against you. But don't get careless. Always show her respect. I nodded in agreement. That evening, invitation to the Design Award ceremony in hand, I walked into the alumni gala venue. Leon, good to see you. You're looking more handsome every time. Many people greeted me with smiles. I responded politely and found a seat by the window. I had just taken a sip of the champagne on the table when a sharp voice cut through the air. Well, well, if it isn't the young Parker. Sitting all alone? I looked up and saw Jason from the Foreign Languages Department, walking over with a few of his friends. He deliberately showed off his expensive watch. The Parkers were only a mid-tier family in New York's social circles and had always wanted to latch onto the Parkers without success. Jason, in particular, was always trying to compete with me. My earlier slip-up on stage had given him the perfect opportunity to provoke me. What's the matter, cat? Got your tongue? You only got this spot because of your family name. Exactly, just because his family has money, he thinks he's something special. Whether my family is good or not is none of your business. I got the flower presentation spot because my design won a gold award, chosen by a school-wide vote. Unlike some people who only got a guest slot because their daddy pulled strings. Oh, and that watch looks like something you'd find at a flea market. What a waste. You dare talk to me like that? Careful, Jason, you might fall. Then your dad would blame me for picking on you. Mr. Parker, please watch your language in public. Ms. Lawrence, I was just joking around with Leon. Mr. Parker, your manners really need some attention from your father. I heard Ava say quietly to Chloe. Jason's face went pale. Ms. Lawrence, thank you for helping me out this morning, I said politely to Ava. Seeing this exchange, Jason's face turned even uglier, and he slunk away with his friends. You handled that very well. Firm, but polite. He started it. It's good to have spirit, but you also need to learn to protect yourself. Distinguished guests, fellow alumni, according to NYU tradition, for the first dance of our centennial celebration, we invite Ms. Lawrence. Would you be willing to choose a dance partner to kick off our gala? Will she pick me? What should I do if she does? Ava's gaze swept across the room, passing over the hopeful faces, and finally landed on me. Leon, would I have the honor of inviting you for the first dance? Ms. Lawrence clearly wants to build a good relationship with the Parkers. At that moment, I felt like I was being roasted over a fire. While I was still frozen in shock, Ava extended her hand to me. The surrounding gazes fell on us like spotlights, surprise, envy, curiosity. I felt like a duck on a spit, but I had to go through with it. I quickly stood up and took Ava's hand. I'm not a very good dancer. I apologize in advance if I step on your toes. Ava placed her hand in my palm and my heart rate quickened slightly. You two make a perfect couple. If the Parkers and the Lawrences get closer, it'll really solidify their standing in New York. We walked to the center of the ballroom, and the gentle waltz music began. Follow my lead. Take it slow. My tense body relaxed a bit. My movements were still stiff. The first time I stepped on her foot, I started to apologize. I'm sorry. It's okay. You'll get better with practice. Ava's voice was gentle, and she guided my body with ease. Her movements were smooth and patient, and I gradually relaxed. Were you scared when you presented the flowers this morning? My fingers curled slightly. I was afraid I'd mess up somehow. Do I really seem that scary? You're not scary, Ms. Lawrence. It's your presence. It's so strong, I felt a bit intimidated. Ava held my wrist, guiding me through a slow turn. And how about now? I don't know how I managed to get through the dance. I didn't even dare to look her in the eyes. In the latter half of the gala, many guests came over to greet Ava and me, their attitudes warm and respectful. Several families who had previously been ambiguous towards the Parkers now expressed a strong desire to strengthen ties. Sophia handled it all with ease, knowing full well why. Jason and his father left the gala in a hurry. How many times have I told you not to provoke the Parkers, especially not in front of Ms. Lawrence? Now you've embarrassed our whole family. I just don't get it. Why does Leon get Ms. Lawrence's attention? Because he has talent and the Parkers have more class than we do. Starting tomorrow, you're grounded, no more causing trouble. During a break, I walked out to the terrace for some fresh air. Ava followed me out. I took off my jacket and handed it to her. Ms. Lawrence, it's a bit windy out here. Ava took the jacket and put it on. The faint scent of sandalwood on it gave her a warm feeling inside. Stay away from those people in the future. I know, they came to me first. I didn't start anything. I know the New York social scene looks glamorous, but there are undercurrents. The Parkers and a few smaller families that cling to them have been making some moves lately. Getting too close to them could drag you into trouble. So she was worried about me. If you ever run into a problem you can't solve, contact Chloe directly. With that, she walked back into the ballroom. I pulled out my sketchbook and quickly drew a simple outline. Ms. Lawrence, were you a bit too attentive to Mr. Parker today? It might cause misunderstandings. Ava leaned back in her seat and closed her eyes. The Parkers are a rare breath of fresh air in these circles. Leon has talent and knows his limits. He's worth cultivating. Chloe was speechless. There are plenty of breath of fresh air families in these circles. I don't see you paying attention to them, she thought to herself. A low rumble of thunder rolled in the distance. I was walking quickly towards the library, sketchbook under my arm, when I overheard some people talking about me. I stopped. One of them, Jack, I recognized as one of Jason's hangers-on. Do you think Leon really got that flower presentation spot on his own merit? I heard from the student council that his grandfather made calls to 3 alumni board members. I think so too. And that design award? Rumor has it one of the judges is an old family friend of the Parkers. Otherwise, how could he have won? These kinds of rumors seemed never-ending. Ever since Jason lost face at the gala, he'd been having his friends spread these lies around campus. And some people actually believed them. It was both ridiculous and sad. Jack, you're quite the gossip. You've even managed to create a rumor about my grandfather contacting 3 alumni. But I recall the flower presentation list was chosen by a school-wide vote. The results were posted on the student council bulletin board for a whole week. If you didn't see it, I can send you the link. As for the design award, the judges list is also public. That so-called family friend professor just returned from a guest lecture abroad last week. I met him for the first time then. By the way, Jack, how exactly did you win that foreign language recitation competition last year? Do you care to explain? That was talent. I earned it fair and square. And I earned my spot too. I didn't say anything else. Why are you getting so defensive?
Forget it, Jack. We need to get to the library.
Jack glared at me and hurried away with his friends. As I was leaving the library, the wind swept in with a slanting rain, soaking my hair instantly. It was sunny when I left this morning. How did it suddenly start raining like this? I didn't bring an umbrella. I frowned in frustration. Jack and his friends were there too. Small world. I pulled out my sketchbook and started drawing the rainy scene. Mr. Parker sure has a lot of free time. Jack, instead of spreading rumors, maybe you should go back to your dorm and study your English vocabulary. Otherwise, you might end up at the bottom of the next recitation competition again. Jack was shaking with rage. Just as he was about to snap, the sound of a car engine pierced through the rain, stopping directly under the library's overhang. Everyone stared at the luxury car parked right in front of the library. It was not an ordinary vehicle. Chloe got out of the passenger seat, holding a large black umbrella, and walked towards me. Mr. Parker, Ms. Lawrence asked me to bring you an umbrella. She was on campus for some business and saw you sheltering from the rain here. The surrounding eyes were fixed on me in shock. I quickly took the umbrella. Thank you, Assistant Chloe, and please thank Ms. Lawrence for me. I'll make sure to return the umbrella. Chloe gave a slight nod. Mr. Parker, you're welcome. Ms. Lawrence said you can keep it. No need to return it. Ms. Lawrence has another engagement. Goodbye. The car quietly pulled away and soon disappeared into the rain. I could clearly feel the gazes around me. I looked down at the umbrella in my hand. A girl nearby whispered, "Is that the crest on the handle?" She was cut off by a friend pulling her back, signaling her not to speak loudly. I focused on the umbrella. There was a discreet dark emblem on the handle. It was Ava's personal crest. Jack's face was pale as he retreated into the library. So the rumors about that big shot's favoritism towards him weren't just talk. Those rumors I spread. She's not going to retaliate against me, is she? At the Parker estate, Professor Johnson's expression was grim. Leon's temperature is now 103 degrees Fahrenheit. The standard fever reducers and antibiotics on the market aren't very effective against this strain. Sophia quickly walked into my room. A strong smell of medicine hung in the air. Her brows were deeply furrowed. She gently touched my forehead, her heart tightening. Leon, I'm here. The family's private physician, Professor Johnson, was packing his medical bag with a grave expression. He handed Sophia a test report. Sophia, the lab results show it's a rare drug-resistant bacterial strain. We need a targeted treatment plan. I used my last dose of the specific effective antibiotic for a patient last week. I'm currently out of stock, and the suppliers are also back-ordered. A medical journal last month reported that without this specific antibiotic within 48 hours of infection, the risk of complications is over 60%. How did this virus find its way to him? Is there no other way? Professor Johnson sighed. He took out a viral gene map from his bag and pointed to markers on it. Only 2 institutions in the country currently have this specific drug in stock. One is the Public Health Center downtown, and the other is Ms. Lawrence's private medical team. The Public Health Center's stock was just allocated to the city hospital for a mass outbreak, so only Ms. Lawrence's team likely has any left. The Parkers have a century-old legacy, not just in business but also deep roots in medicine and education. If word got out that the Parkers had to rely on Ava's special drug to save Leon, it could be misconstrued as the Parkers losing their edge, potentially even affecting the credibility of the ongoing Southside Smart Park Project partnership. Besides, Leon just has a fever. It's not a life-threatening emergency. Wouldn't it seem presumptuous and even like we're trying to latch on to her? Sophia, maybe I could try contacting a foreign manufacturer again? A foreign manufacturer would take at least 3 days to deliver the drug. Leon can't wait that long. She walked into the study and pulled out the business card from the back of the drawer. Just as her finger was about to touch the dial button, her phone rang. Mr. Parker's voice came through, tired. Any news on Leon? Does Professor Johnson have a plan? I heard this strain needs a special antibiotic. There was a full 30 seconds of silence on the other end. I was just finishing up the project proposal exchange with Ms. Lawrence's secretary. She mentioned the virus and said their team has a supply, so I'll handle it. I need to brief Ms. Lawrence on the project status anyway. I'll casually mention Leon's situation and see how she responds. Stay with him and let me know of any changes immediately. Time passed. My temperature seemed to be climbing. Professor Johnson gave me another fever reducer, but it was barely effective. Just then, the sound of a car engine came from outside the gate. Sophia hurried downstairs. Sophia! Ms. Lawrence is here, and the city hospital's ambulance is behind her. Your father is back too. Ms. Lawrence, why did you come yourself? Ava didn't have time for pleasantries with the Parker family. She turned and gave a sharp command to the doctors behind her. Bring all the equipment. Go treat Mr. Parker immediately. Ava practically followed the doctor's footsteps to the stairwell, then suddenly stopped. Something this serious happened and you didn't think to contact me immediately? The emergency number I specifically gave you, was I just wasting my breath? She walked into my room, her steps instinctively quieting. Dr. Miller immediately used a portable monitor to check my blood oxygen and heart rate. Blood oxygen saturation is 92, heart rate 120. The vital signs are stable. The drug should control it quickly. Where's the medication? A nurse, Rose, took a sealed vial of the specific antibiotic from the medical kit. Ava had procured it early in the year through diplomatic channels from a Swiss pharmaceutical company. Administer intravenously. Observe for half an hour, continuously monitor vitals. I'll have Dr. Miller coordinate the treatment plan and follow up care details with Professor Johnson. If the Parker lab needs the viral gene map and drug molecule data for research, I'll have it sent over. It could help with future development. I'd expected Ava to just send the drug. I hadn't expected her to come personally and even consider the Parker lab's research needs. My earlier assumptions had been too narrow-minded. Ava sat on the sofa in my room, her gaze fixed on the monitor. Only when my heart rate and temperature slowly began to drop did she relax slightly. It's bitter. It's so bitter in my mouth. Leon, be good. The IV is almost done. Just bear with it a little longer. Ava stood and walked to my bedside. Watching me complain, she suddenly remembered her cousin's son, who also hated the taste of medicine and always needed a piece of candy before taking it. She instinctively reached into her pocket and found a piece of candy wrapped in wax paper. She leaned closer to the bed and said softly, Leon, be good. Open up. Hold this in your mouth and it won't taste so bad. The warmth in Ava's usually cold eyes was unmistakable. Everyone in the room was stunned. A faint blush crept onto Ava's usually composed face. She sat back down, picked up her hot tea, and took a sip. Letting him hold the candy will make it less unpleasant. Half an hour later, the monitor showed my temperature had dropped to 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit and my heart rate had returned to normal. Dr. Miller checked me and said, Ms. Lawrence, Mr. Parker's vitals are stable. He just needs to take the oral medication on schedule. I'll leave the medication list and care instructions. Contact me anytime if anything comes up. Ava nodded and stood. There are nurses and Dr. Miller here. Let's talk outside. Don't disturb his rest. The group went down to the living room. Mr. Parker personally brewed a cup of premium tea for Ava. Ms. Lawrence, I can't thank you enough. The drug is incredibly valuable. We'd like to pay you market price or perhaps trade for future research results from our lab. This drug is part of a public health reserve. It's meant to be used for patients. Besides, your family's annual donations to public health charities are worth far more than a few doses of this drug. Also, I reviewed the supplementary plan for the Southside project. Some details could be improved, like the disinfection procedures and worker health monitoring. I had my secretary add some specific measures. You can reference them. Sophia took the file, her heart full of gratitude. Ava glanced at her watch. It's getting late. I need to get back to the office. I won't stay. As she reached the car door, she paused. Her voice softened as she said, When Leon wakes up, tell him to rest. I'll have someone talk to the school about his attendance and assignments. He shouldn't worry about anything else. The next morning, I finally woke up fully. I moved my fingers and saw my sister sleeping on the edge of the bed, holding my hand. She started awake. Leon, you're awake. How do you feel? Does anything hurt? I shook my head and sat up. Looking at the candy wrapper on the bedside table, I asked, Where did this candy come from? I think I dreamed someone gave me some. Sophia told me everything that had happened. A warm feeling washed over me. Ava is such a good person. At the other end of town, Ava received a call from Willa. Ava, come over for dinner tonight. I had the kitchen make your favorite lamb soup. Ava hesitated. The Harrisons and the Lawrences were old family friends. She and Willa had grown up together. Ava, you're finally here. If you'd been any later, the lamb soup would have gotten cold, Willa said. Ava got out of the car and checked her watch. It was exactly 7 o'clock. Come in. Everyone's waiting. Grace and Taylor are already here, Willa added. After dinner, everyone sat around chatting about recent events. Taylor took a sip of hot water and said, The biggest news in New York lately has to be the NYU Centennial Gala. I just got back from abroad, and a friend told me the opening dance was with a stunningly handsome couple. The room went quiet. Everyone's eyes turned to Ava. Grace quickly jumped in. NYU does have a lot of talented people. I heard the guy is very talented and even won an international design award. I also heard, Ava, that you're quite close with him. Is that true? The room fell completely silent. Ava's gaze swept across the room calmly. She didn't say anything. Taylor realized she'd asked a question she shouldn't have. Willa tried to change the subject. It really cooled off after yesterday's rain. But no one was paying attention to her. Ava spoke, her voice cool. I was indeed at the NYU Gala. His design is very innovative. The award was well-deserved. Grace breathed a sigh of relief and added, Ava's right. Leon's talent is obvious to everyone. I won't listen to idle gossip anymore. Willa shot a glance at Ava. She knew her too well. She was always professional and impartial. She never spoke up for anyone in public. Something was definitely up. First time I've seen our Ava so gentle with someone. You're hiding a lot, Ava, Willa teased. Grace and Taylor didn't expect Willa to tease Ava so directly. They felt a little nervous. Ava, Leon is handsome and talented. I bet he has plenty of admirers. Seriously, if you're too shy to say something, I could talk to him for you, Willa continued. Ava's voice dropped to a cold temperature. Willa's smile froze instantly. She'd hit a nerve. Ava, I was just joking. I didn't mean anything by it, Willa said quickly. Willa finally realized that Leon is the one Ava has her heart set on. She lowered her head, looking like a child who had been scolded. She secretly glanced up to see Ava leaning back on the sofa, eyes closed. Ava didn't participate in their conversation anymore. Grace didn't stay much longer. Taylor took her hand. I actually have some things to take care of. We should go. Yeah, let's go together, Grace said. Willa walked them to the door. When she came back, Ava had opened her eyes. Willa, I really didn't mean it. I shouldn't have said that. Can you forgive me? Willa asked. Leon is not a topic for jokes. I don't want him subjected to all kinds of speculation. In the future, don't mention him casually in public. The only person who has the right to stand by his side is me. No one else can even think about it, Ava said firmly. I get it. I won't mention him again, Willa said. It's getting late. I'm heading out, Ava said. Willa quickly helped her get her bag. I'll walk you out. Ms. Lawrence, Ms. Willa was just concerned about you. She didn't mean any harm, Chloe said as they walked. Leon is mine to protect. No one else is allowed to interfere, Ava said. She thought to herself, and Willa isn't the only one. She knew she meant no harm, but she'd overstepped. Leon isn't just another person to be paired off in these circles. He's mine. It's not up to anyone else to play matchmaker. Miss Lawrence, you seem to have genuine feelings for Mr. Parker. If those rumors spread, it could hurt his reputation. If anyone mentions him and me again, shut it down. Understood. The car approached Ava's apartment complex. Chloe was about to drive in when Ava said, "Go to that dessert shop near the university. The one where you got the candy for Mr. Parker?" Yes. The shop was about to close. The owner saw Ava and greeted her. "The same candy as last time. Give me 2 more boxes." Back home, Ava put the candy in the most prominent drawer in her study. She remembered the text from Mr. Parker a couple of days ago. Leon won't disappoint me, she thought. And what I need to do isn't just protect him. It's to let him slowly get used to my presence, to my care, until he can't live without me. He'll be mine for life. Anyone who dares to go after him will see how I handle them. I stood at the entrance of the shopping street, clutching the note my dad had given me. Next week is my grandfather's 80th birthday. The old man has a lifelong passion for art and calligraphy. Ordinary gifts wouldn't suit him. I originally planned to find a nice antique inkstone at the flea market, but last week Dad mentioned that Grandpa had been talking about wanting a vintage one. So Dad told me about the Jade Gate. I asked several friends who knew about antiques, but none of them had heard of it. I vaguely recalled someone mentioning that there were private, invitation-only shops hidden deep in the pedestrian streets. After walking for about 20 minutes, I caught sight of a narrow alley. At its entrance hung an inconspicuous ebony plaque. I quickly walked into the alley and knocked on the brass door knocker. A staff member peered out. "Do you have an appointment?" "An appointment? I didn't realize I needed one." "Hello, I'm Leon Parker. My father said I could find a suitable birthday gift here." "Leon Parker?" The staff member looked puzzled. Just then, a gust of wind rattled the black umbrella I was holding under my arm. The staff member's gaze fell on the insignia on the umbrella. His previously distant attitude immediately became respectful. "Oh, you're a friend of Ms. Lawrence. Please, come in. My apologies for the earlier rudeness." A middle-aged man in the hall walked over quickly. "Mr. Parker, this way, please. I'm Benjamin, the manager here. Please forgive the staff's earlier rudeness." "It's fine. I didn't have an appointment. I'm here to find a birthday gift for my grandfather. He's turning 80 and loves art." Benjamin's eyes lit up. "Mr. Parker, rest assured, all our pieces are strictly vetted and guaranteed authentic. We have many suitable gifts. Please follow me to the VIP section upstairs for a better selection." Benjamin unlocked several display cases one by one and patiently introduced the pieces. "Mr. Parker, take a look at this Qing Dynasty inkstone. It's made from high-quality old stone with a fine texture and a beautiful green hue. It's carved with the design of a pine tree and a crane, symbolizing longevity. It's very appropriate for a birthday gift." I examined the inkstone carefully. It was indeed a rare find. "This is excellent. How much is it?" "Mr. Parker, you're a friend of Ms. Lawrence. We couldn't possibly take your money. Please consider this inkstone a gift from us to your grandfather." "That's not right. I can't accept such a valuable item for free. Please give me a price. I'll pay." "Mr. Parker, please don't be so polite. Ms. Lawrence is our top VIP member and a great benefactor. When we first opened, we ran into a lot of trouble. Ms. Lawrence helped us resolve it all." I finally understood. Benjamin was being so respectful and offering to waive the fee because of Ava. I felt a bit conflicted. After a moment's hesitation, I said, "Manager Benjamin, I appreciate your kindness, but I can't take this gift for free. If you truly won't accept payment, then I won't buy it. I'll look elsewhere." "Mr. Parker, you're putting me in a difficult position. If Ms. Lawrence found out I charged you, I'd probably lose my job. How about this? Take the inkstone for now. Consider it a loan. When you see Ms. Lawrence, you can ask her what she thinks. If she says it's okay to pay, you can bring the money then." Would that work? It was a reasonable suggestion. I really liked the inkstone, and I knew my grandfather would too. And Ava didn't seem like the type to force things. When I saw her, I could give her the money, or find another way to repay the favor. Thinking this, I nodded. "All right, I'll take it for now. When I see Ms. Lawrence, I'll clear it with her." Benjamin breathed a sigh of relief. He had the inkstone carefully wrapped and placed in an exquisite brocade box. "Since you're here, Mr. Parker, let me show you some other pieces. You might find something else you like." I couldn't refuse and followed him around. I stopped in front of a painting in the corner. It was a picture of shrimp. The shrimp looked so lifelike, I couldn't help but pause. I've loved ink painting since I was a child and have a few pieces at home, but I never expected to see such a precious shrimp painting here. "Mr. Parker, you have a great eye. This shrimp painting is one of our hallmarks. Ms. Lawrence also loves it. She always stops to admire it for a long time whenever she visits. Ms. Lawrence likes art too? I asked, surprised. In my mind, Ava was always busy with work. I didn't realize she had such refined tastes. Yes. Ms. Lawrence not only appreciates art, but is also very knowledgeable. Last year we held an art auction. There was a painting from the Qing dynasty that even several experts couldn't identify as a fake. Ms. Lawrence spotted it immediately and pointed out the flaws in detail, impressing everyone. I listened, fascinated. My impression of Ava deepened. Not only could I identify the characteristics of different painters and comment on their brushwork, but I also had a deep understanding of art. Benjamin, initially thinking I was just someone who got in through Ava's connections, was now impressed by my knowledge. He understood why Ms. Lawrence paid me such special attention. After the tour, Benjamin personally walked me to the door and carefully handed me my umbrella. Mr. Parker, please be careful on your way. If you need anything in the future, don't hesitate to call. I'll do my best to help. I took the business card and brocade box and turned to leave the alley. Ava's black Audi was parked at the curb. I quickly walked over and held up the box. I found a gift. Miss Lawrence, I picked out an inkstone for my grandfather's birthday. Manager Benjamin said he wanted to give it to me for free because of you. I said no, so he told me to take it and ask you first. Here's the money for it. I pulled out my card. Don't listen to Benjamin. That inkstone isn't worth much. Consider it my birthday gift to your grandfather. His 80th is a big deal, and I wanted to get him something anyway. This is a good opportunity. I can't accept that. You've already helped me so much. I can't take another gift from you. Why are you being so polite with me? I've always admired your grandfather. It's only right that I give him a birthday gift. Ava took the box from me and looked inside. This is a fine inkstone. Your grandfather will love it. Come on, I'll take you home. We can talk about your grandfather's birthday party and see if there's anything I can help with. I had no choice but to nod. The car was filled with a light, familiar scent, Ava's scent. How are the preparations for your grandfather's party going? Almost ready. We're having it at home, just close family and a few old friends. My dad wanted to book a hotel, but Grandpa doesn't like extravagance. He wants it simple. He's right. A party isn't about the show. It's about the thought. But there are some necessary arrangements. I know some great chefs who specialize in the southern cuisine your grandfather likes. If you need, I can send them to help. No need to trouble yourself, we've already hired a chef. It's no trouble, I've already contacted the chefs. They'll come by your place tomorrow. I also had some of his favorite tea sent over. It should arrive tomorrow. A wave of warmth washed over me. He remembered my grandfather's favorite dishes and tea so clearly. As the car pulled up to the Parker house, I remembered the painting I saw at the shop. Ms. Lawrence, do you like ink paintings too? I saw a beautiful shrimp painting today at the shop. It was so evocative. You like it too? I've had that painting for many years. I put it on display so more people could appreciate it. It's yours. I thought it seemed too precious to be just hanging there. I love ink painting, especially lively subjects like that. If you like, next time I'll take you to my private studio. I have quite a few pieces there, including some fine ink works. Maybe you'll enjoy them. Really, that would be great. Thank you, Ms. Lawrence. Being with Leon always made me feel relaxed and at ease. Seeing my excitement, Ava felt a surge of joy. The car stopped. Ava turned to me, her voice careful. Leon, there's something I want to say. Calling me Ms. Lawrence feels a bit formal. If you're comfortable with it, you can just call me Ava. My ears felt hot. Okay, Ava, go on home and get some rest. I'll have Chloe bring the tea and chefs over tomorrow. I got out of the car with the box and watched the car disappear into the night before turning to go inside. My dad and sister were waiting in the living room. Leon, you're back. Did you find a good gift? Yes, a vintage inkstone. Grandpa will love it. I told them about my experience at the Jade Gate and running into Ava. My dad nodded thoughtfully. Ava Lawrence is known for being extremely professional and impartial. She doesn't show this level of care for just anyone. Leon, you should treat her well. She's not just our family's benefactor, she's also someone important for you. My heart beat a little faster. How can I ever repay her? Leon, stop daydreaming and come see if your dad's birthday couplets are hung straight. My dad's voice came from outside. Sophia gave me a knowing look. Little brother, Ms. Lawrence is making quite the impression. The kitchen staff says those two chefs are actually head chefs from a top restaurant downtown. They're usually impossible to book. Sophia, don't read too much into it. It's just gratitude. Help Dad with the ladder so he doesn't fall. Sophia didn't say anything more, but the understanding in her eyes was unmistakable. After 10 in the morning, friends and family began to arrive. Robert, I brought a bottle of 30-year-old wine. We're not leaving until it's finished. At 11:30, a sleek black car pulled up in front of the Parker estate. Mr. Parker and Sophia quickly went to greet the guest. The car door opened, and Ava stepped out. Dressed in a simple, elegant outfit, she held a delicate red sandalwood box in her hand, a warm smile on her face. Mr. Parker, happy 80th birthday. Wishing you longevity and good health. Old Mr. Parker stood up. Ava, come in. I thought you might be too busy with work to make it. What a pleasant surprise. Just a small token of my appreciation. I hope you like it. Ava handed the box to him. He opened it to reveal a set of fine calligraphy brushes, ink, paper, and inkstone. Old Mr. Parker's eyes lit up. Excellent, truly excellent. Ava, you're so thoughtful. Mr. Parker quickly invited her to sit beside me. My heart started racing. Around 2 in the afternoon, the guests began to leave. Old Mr. Parker invited Ava into his study. Leon, wait by the study door. Don't let anyone disturb us. From inside, I could hear snippets of their conversation. What could Ava and Grandpa be talking about? Ava, are you serious about Leon? Mr. Parker, you know my character well. When I set my mind to something or someone, I don't back down. I'm aware of the scrutiny my position will bring him, so I won't rush him. I just want to be there for him, to shield him from trouble when he needs it. I'll give him time and respect. But rest assured, he will eventually be mine. No one else. Leon is focused on his studies. He's somewhat naive. I don't object to you two spending time together, but I don't want him to get hurt because of your position. Don't worry, I know. I'll respect his wishes. When he's ready, I'll make my feelings clear. Until then, I'll just be a friend. Good. Leon is truly fortunate to have met you. I wrote this last year. It's for you. A small gift from an old man. Thank you. I'll treasure it. Ava left the study and saw me leaning against the wall in the hallway. Her gaze softened. I quickly straightened up. We walked side by side down the covered walkway. Ava spoke gently. Waiting for me? I nodded. My mom asked me to walk you out. Did you enjoy the party? Yes, it was wonderful, especially the braised lion's head meatballs. Ava, thank you for coming all this way and for the wonderful gift for Grandpa. You're welcome. Here, I found this a while ago and thought it would suit you. I opened it and saw a fountain pen with a jade green barrel. My eyes lit up and a genuine smile spread across my face. This pen is beautiful. Thank you, Ava, she smiled back warmly. I'm glad you like it. I mentioned taking you to my studio sometime. Are you free this weekend? I could take you. Really? That would be great, I said excitedly, then hesitated. But I need to go to the training base this weekend to gather material. Is next weekend okay? Of course, I'll pick you up next weekend. It's cold out there. Go on inside. He walked to his car, and I watched him drive away before turning to go back inside. My mom came over, curious. Leon, what did Ava give you? A fountain pen. I handed the box to her. She opened it. This is a fine piece. The materials and craftsmanship are excellent. It must have cost a pretty penny. Ava is truly thoughtful. She really cares about you, Leon. Ava is a good person. It's good for you two to spend time together and learn from each other. I didn't catch the deeper meaning in Grandpa's words and just nodded. Ava is indeed very capable. My mom said to my dad, Dad, you saw how Ava looks at Leon. It's pretty obvious. I used to worry that Leon might just be a passing fancy for her, but now, it's clear I was wrong. Ava is always measured in her actions. She and Leon complement each other well. Yes, Ava is a good person, capable and all, but her status, Leon might feel pressured. There will be pressure, but Ava isn't the type to use her power to pressure anyone. I spoke with her today. She said she would respect Leon's wishes and not push him. We shouldn't interfere. Let them figure it out. When Leon realizes his own feelings, the answer will come naturally. Grandpa's right. I think my brother is already interested in Ava. He just hasn't realized it yet. The weekend came quickly. Ava picked me up as promised and took me to her studio. The studio was filled with bookshelves and paintings, with many scrolls hanging on the walls. Did you collect all of these? Yes, over the years. If you like, you can come here often. Here are some collected artworks for reference. Since you're doing architectural drawings, these might be useful. I eagerly took the albums. Ava, thank you. You're so good to me. Ava felt a warmth in her heart. She longed to tell him that her kindness came from genuine feelings. As the sun began to set, I took a framed picture out of my bag and handed it to her. Ava, I drew this. It's not very accurate, but I wanted to give it to you. Ava was surprised and accepted it. The drawing, though a bit rough, had captured her cool, elegant aura perfectly. It's beautiful. I love it. I'll put it in the most prominent spot in the studio. Leon, stop drawing and come try your mom's pear soup. Sophia came out of the kitchen carrying a steaming bowl. I put down my brush, washed my hands, and came over. Mom's pear soup is the best! You and your sweet talk. The family sat together for dinner. Halfway through, the butler walked in. Sir, a delivery from Ms. Lawrence has arrived. Ava hasn't appeared in a week, and now she's sending something? Mr. Parker, Ms. Lawrence heard your design draft is nearly complete. She asked me to deliver this congratulatory gift in person. She said it's for your drawing and writing, and she hopes you'll accept it. He pushed the box into my hands and left. My heart beat a little faster. I opened the box. The pen had a silver emblem on it, just like the umbrella. I also noticed my name engraved on the clip. This pen looks amazing. The feel of it is great. It must be custom made. My mom smiled. It's engraved with your name. That's very thoughtful of her. Leon, you should go to her office one day to thank her properly. That would be sincere. I was a bit taken aback. Go to her office? I felt a little intimidated at the thought of such a busy workplace. Sophia chimed in, Exactly, Leon. Ava's been so good to you, it's the least you can do. I had no choice but to agree. All right, I'll go tomorrow. The next morning after breakfast and with a thank you card and some homemade pastries from my mom, I set off for Lumiere Group headquarters. I looked up at the impressive building, took a deep breath, and walked in. The receptionist asked politely, Hello? Who are you here to see? Do you have an appointment? Hello, I'm Leon Parker. I'm here to see Ava. I was in contact with assistant Chloe yesterday. I pulled out my phone to call Chloe, but noticed I had 2 missed calls from her. When did I put my phone on silent? Mr. Parker, you're here. Please come with me. I followed Chloe upstairs. I could feel many eyes on me. Who's that? Chloe is personally escorting him. I don't know, but he's good looking. Doesn't look like he's here on business. Maybe he's a relative? Look how polite Chloe is being. I felt a bit self-conscious hearing the whispers. Chloe smiled reassuringly. Don't be nervous, Mr. Parker. They're just curious. Ms. Lawrence's office is right ahead. We stopped in front of a closed door at the end of the hall. Ms. Lawrence, Mr. Parker is here. Come in. The office was large, elegantly and minimally furnished. Ava closed the door and gestured to the chair across from her desk. Have a seat. She pressed a button. Bring in some tea, the one with the light floral notes. Thank you for the pen. I really like it. And here are some pastries my mom made. A small token of my appreciation, Leon said. I'm glad you like it. I know you do a lot of writing and marking up references, so I thought a custom pen with your name on it would be useful. Mr. Parker, your tea. Thank you. I took a sip. Ava's gaze fell on my slightly red ears. Leon, do I make you nervous? No, it's not that. It's just, you seem more serious here. You seemed more relaxed and approachable at your grandfather's party. So how would you describe me at the party? Very gentle and caring. I was hoping you'd mention my shrimp peeling skills. I did peel that whole plate for you, not a single vein left. Doesn't that count for something? I gripped my cup a little tighter. Okay, I'm teasing you. Anyway, I heard from your grandfather you love the candied chestnuts from the shop on the corner. I happened to walk by and saw they opened a new branch nearby. My eyes lit up. Yes! I've been going to that old shop since I was a kid. It's a shame the original location moved, and I haven't had them in a while. The new branch isn't far from my place. I can bring you some next time I'm in the area, but I won't bring you to my office again. I'll drop it off at your house to save you the stress. I'm not stressed. I just wasn't used to this kind of setting, I protested. We chatted for about 20 minutes. Chloe knocked on the door. Ms. Lawrence, the meeting is about to start. I quickly stood. I should get going. I won't keep you. Leon, Ava called out. Are you free tonight? I have a meeting until about 6:30. After that, I know a great private kitchen restaurant. The food is amazing. Would you like to come? I was caught off guard, but nodded. Sure. I'll pick you up at your place at 6:30 then. Ava smiled, satisfied, and naturally reached out to straighten my collar. I stood frozen, my heart pounding so loud I thought it might burst. Ms. Lawrence, your usual table is ready. Thank you, Brian. This place has been open for 30 years. I used to come here with my grandfather. The food is excellent. The private room was elegantly decorated. Ava gestured for me to sit and took the menu. I already ordered your favorite sweet and sour fish. Brian makes it best. She also added a piece of fried rice cake to my bowl. The meal was exceptionally pleasant. Ava spent most of the time picking out the best pieces of fish and putting them on my plate, occasionally sharing amusing stories that made me laugh out loud. I used to play hide-and-seek with my friends in the alleys as a kid. Once I fell into a coal pile and my grandfather chased me with a stick. I wouldn't have guessed you were so mischievous as a child. I always thought you were as serious as you are now. So, do you think the mischievous kid version or the current version is more interesting? My ears felt hot. I couldn't utter a word. Just kidding. Eat up before the food gets cold. After the meal, Ava looked at her phone. We have some time. Let's go somewhere. Where? You'll see. She was being mysterious. After about half an hour's drive, we stopped in front of a villa. This is a private cinema run by a few friends in the city. It's quiet and private. Ms. Lawrence, your theater room is ready and the film is set up as requested. The theater had a dozen wide, comfortable leather sofas. Ava led me to a seat in the middle. A staff member brought popcorn and soda. The movie started, and I was soon engrossed. When I reached for my soda, my hand accidentally brushed against hers. I started to apologize. Sorry, but she gently held my hand. My heart felt like it might explode. After a moment, she let go and offered me the popcorn. Have some of this. I took the popcorn, not daring to look at her, staring at the screen while my mind raced. After the movie, Ava reached out and gently ruffled my hair. If you ever want to see a movie, just let me know. I'll bring you. As we left, it started to rain. I'll get the umbrella. In the car, I noticed her shoulder was wet. She had angled the umbrella mostly towards me, getting soaked herself. Ava, your shoulder's wet. It's just a little rain, it's nothing. You'll get sick, I said, worried. Looking at my earnest expression, Ava felt a warmth in her heart and let me gently wipe her shoulder. The car pulled up to the Parker villa. The rain hadn't stopped. Ava got out to walk me to the door. No, Ava, don't. Just stop here. You need to go home and change or you'll catch a cold. I opened the door to get out. Wait. Ava took a black umbrella from the car. Take this. Don't get wet. Go on in. I took the umbrella. I'll wait until you're inside. I walked to the door and turned back to wave at her. As soon as I entered, my mom teased, Ava brought you home? It's raining. Yes, Ava drove me back. Ava really cares about you. Meanwhile, back at the Lawrence home, the housekeeper, Mary, had hot water and dry clothes ready. Seeing Ava, she said, Ms. Lawrence, please take a warm shower and change. You'll catch a cold. Also, your grandmother is waiting for you. Ava raised an eyebrow and paused, taking the teacup. Grandma isn't asleep yet? Is something wrong? Mary was about to speak when old Mrs. Lawrence walked out, her eyes sparkling. She looked at Ava with a mischievous smile. Well, well, look at my granddaughter. You're glowing after your date with that handsome young man. Ava sighed. She helped the elderly woman sit down. So Grandma already knows about me taking Leon to the movies. Work has been light lately, so I took a friend out. She deliberately used the word friend, not wanting to define things too quickly. But her grandmother wasn't fooled. A friend? Who's so special that you'd cancel important meetings and personally chauffeur them? I've never seen you like this with any friend before. Mary immediately stepped forward with a photo. My sources are good. He's from the Parker family in New York. Old Mr. Parker is a renowned calligraphy and painting master. Have you heard of him? Robert Parker's grandson. Of course, I have his work in my study. You have excellent taste. Grandma, Leon and I have only known each other for a short time. We're still getting to know each other. Don't be too eager. Getting to know each other. Slow down. There's no rush. Tomorrow is the charity gala. I had Mary send invitations. We were already inviting artists and cultural figures. I made sure to include old Mr. Parker and his grandson. We can all get a good look at him then. Perfect, isn't it? Ava was speechless. It was a scheme only her grandmother could devise. She nodded. The old lady patted her hand. Remember, don't act suspicious. I heard the young man likes sweets. I'll have the kitchen make extra Southern-style pastries. The next day, a servant at the Parker house ran into the living room. Madam, there's a guest at the door. The butler from the Lawrence household is here to see the master and young master. Please show him in. Mary entered the living room and handed an invitation to Sophia. Good afternoon, madam. I'm Mary, butler to Ms. Ava Lawrence. There is a charity gala tonight, and many senior artists will be in attendance. Our old lady sent me to deliver invitations to Mr. Parker and Mr. Leon Parker. Mary, please have a seat, have some tea. How thoughtful of old Mrs. Lawrence to send you all this way. Mr. Parker and Leon will be thrilled to meet those artists. The gala is tonight. I trust they'll be on time. Yes, of course. Thank you for coming. Sophia walked Mary to the door and watched her car drive away. She then called her father. Dad, where are you? Come back quickly. Good news. What's the rush? I'm in the middle of a chess game. Never mind the chess. The Lawrence family butler just delivered invitations to their charity gala tonight, specifically for you and Leon. Many senior artists will be there. This is a rare opportunity. Come back so we can plan. Fine, I'm on my way. Mrs. Parker walked into Leon's room and gently patted him. Leon, wake up. I have good news. Leon opened his eyes groggily. Mom, what's going on? His mother smiled and handed him the invitation. The Lawrences just sent this. There's a charity gala tonight and many artists will be there. You should be meeting people like this. It's a perfect opportunity. Even a single piece of advice from them could give you new ideas. You've learned so much from your grandfather, but there will be people from all walks of life there tonight. Leon knew who had really sent this invitation. The Lawrences and Parkers didn't usually have such close ties. Yet, after Ava took him to dinner, this invitation arrived, specifically mentioning him. The intention was clear. Mom, isn't this too much trouble? Would it be appropriate for me to attend such an event? Leon asked. Don't be silly. The old lady herself sent the invitation specifically asking for you. Why wouldn't it be appropriate? Besides, you'll have your grandfather and Ava with you. No one would dare be rude. Now get up, I'll help you pick out a nice outfit, his mother said. She called out to her husband. Dad, come see. Your chess game can wait. You need to hurry up and come down after you wash up, she added to Leon. Well, invitations to these galas are something many people dream of. I don't know if I'm getting this chance because of you, or if you're getting it because of me, Mr. Parker said with a chuckle. Dad, stop teasing him. Leon, come here. I picked out a light-colored suit for you. Try it on. This is nice. Refined and elegant. Perfect for you. When you see the Lawrences tonight, be polite but don't be too formal. They're the ones who want something, his mother said. In the afternoon, the Parker family's black sedan pulled up smoothly in front of the hotel hosting the charity gala. Well-dressed guests were arriving. Mr. Parker, Leon! I turned around and saw Ava approaching. She handed a glass of champagne to my grandfather and took a glass of juice from a server's tray for me. I know you don't drink, so I got you fresh orange juice. Thank you, that's thoughtful. I'm glad you're here. With you around, Leon will feel more at ease. I see some old friends over there. I'll go say hello. Ava, could you look after Leon for a moment? Before I could react, he walked towards his friends. Ava naturally guided me towards the east side of the ballroom. As we passed the exhibition area, she quietly described the paintings on the walls. So this is Leon, a true gentleman. Ava, bring him to meet the others. They were just saying they wanted to talk to a young person who appreciates art. Grandpa, Uncle, this is Leon Parker, Robert Parker's grandson. He's been learning painting from his grandfather for years. Leon, these are all respected figures in the art world. I stepped forward to greet them. Upon hearing I was Robert Parker's grandson, they were very enthusiastic and started discussing painting techniques with me. Leon, let Ava take you outside. I glanced at her. There's a small garden outside with some night-blooming jasmine. It should be in full bloom. Would you like to see it? I nodded and followed her into the garden. Ava was about to say something when Mary's urgent but respectful footsteps came from behind. Ava turned. Ms. Lawrence, the old lady needs you. Some of the elders want to see you. I'll be right there. I'll be back soon. Wait here for me. Don't wander off. There are staff in the garden if you need anything. Leon stood there, the warmth of her gentle instruction still echoing in his ears, the faint scent of her perfume lingering. His heart pounded. Suddenly, a deliberately loud voice came from behind. Some people really think they can climb the social ladder with a few brushstrokes. Leon turned to see Jason standing there, holding a glass of red wine, his jealousy undisguised. His usual hangers-on were with him. Leon tightened his grip on his juice. I was invited here by Ms. Lawrence's grandmother, Leon said calmly. Invited? I bet you used some underhanded method to get Ms. Lawrence to bring you in. Let me tell you, Ava's position isn't for someone like you to covet. Jason spat. He stumbled forward, and the red wine in his glass splashed across Leon's suit. The deep red liquid instantly spread. The surrounding guests looked over, murmuring. Jason! What are you doing? Jason's father rushed over. Jason didn't seem to realize the gravity of the situation. It was an accident! He was in my way! Shut up! His father cut him off and quickly tried to apologize to Leon. Before he could speak, Ava stepped forward, taking a napkin from a nearby server, gently dabbing at Leon's suit. She then looked at Jason's father. You need to control your son. Jason's father was sweating. I'm so sorry, Mr. Parker, I apologize. He's apologized. Can we let it go? Leon mumbled, not wanting to cause trouble. Ava gently squeezed. Don't worry. She turned back to Jason's father. I trust this won't happen again. Yes, Ms. Lawrence, absolutely. I'll make sure he's properly disciplined, his father stammered, dragging Jason away. Ava's voice was soft as she turned back to Leon. Are you scared? I'm fine, you came quickly, Leon said. There are too many people here. Let's go upstairs to the lounge. I'll have Mary find you a clean shirt, Ava said. They walked into the lounge. Mary soon brought a fresh outfit. Leon changed and came out to find Ava sitting on the sofa, a slice of strawberry cake on a plate next to a pot of tea. Freshly brewed tea, have some, and this cake is freshly made. Try it, she said. Ava, did I cause you any trouble just now? Leon asked.
Don't worry, it's fine, she assured him.
Late at night, around 11 p.m., Ava had just put Leon in the car when Willa appeared at the estate gate. Ava, that was quite a performance today. I have to say I'm impressed. Grace and Taylor were with her. Ava just glanced at them. Why aren't you two leaving yet? Leave? And miss all the excitement? You should have seen Jason's father's face. He's probably still shaking, Willa said. Probably. I bet Jason's dad will be sending people to apologize tomorrow. But seriously, when are you going to make a move? Willa asked. What's the rush? He's different. It takes time, Ava replied. Not even together yet, and you're already protective. I heard Jason's had a crush on you for a while. He came to this gala hoping to run into you. He probably lost it when he saw you with Leon. But it's good. It shows us what you really want. We thought you were going to be single forever, but clearly we were wrong. Oh, when things settle down, we're all going to Grace's new hot spring resort. You should come. Bring Leon too. Consider it an apology to him and an introduction for us. I'll ask him. If he's up for it, great, Willa said. All right, Ava said. Seriously, we're all really happy for you. It's been so many years, and finally there's someone you care about. You gotta make this work, Willa said. Ava nodded. Around midnight, after seeing off the others, Ava stood in the courtyard and pulled out her phone. She started typing a message. Don't take what happened today to heart. No one will bother you again. Then deleted it. She rewrote, Did you like the cake? I'll have the kitchen make some and send it over next time. Soon after, she got a reply, followed by a smiley face emoji. Leon was sitting on the living room sofa, looking at a notification for the Ink Rhythms art exhibition tickets. Why is my luck so bad? He muttered. What's got you so stressed? Sophia asked as she walked over. He showed her his phone, sighing. She laughed. It's nothing. I'll get you a ticket. Really? I've been waiting for this exhibition forever. If you can get me a ticket, you're the best sister ever, Leon said. Sophia rolled her eyes playfully and started calling a friend she knew who worked with the exhibition organizers. The conversation started well, but her face fell. Damn. She hung up, looking helpless. Leon stared at her expectantly. What happened? Sophia sighed. The exhibition is too popular. It sold out a month ago. Even the organizers' internal tickets are gone. My friend said scalpers are selling them for $3,000 now, and they might not even be real. She saw his crestfallen expression and added, "Maybe I can get you a scalp ticket. It's expensive, but at least you'll get to see it." "No, don't bother. It's too expensive, and it's probably a scam," Leon said. After 8 in the evening, Leon was flipping through the exhibition catalog on his phone when it buzzed. It was a message from Ava. "Saw your post. You seem upset." A flicker of hope stirred. After hesitating, he replied, "I really wanted to go to the Ink Rhythms art exhibition, but it's sold out. My sister couldn't even get tickets. Could you possibly help me get one?" "I'll take care of it," Ava replied almost immediately. A few moments later, she called. Leon took a deep breath and answered. "I just spoke with the organizer. They're saving a ticket for you. Just go to the exhibition entrance tomorrow and give them your name," Ava said. "Really? That's amazing. Thank you, Ava," Leon said. The next day, Leon walked up to the reception desk. "Hello? I'm Leon Parker. I have a reservation." "Mr. Parker. Hello, I'm Amy, the exhibition manager. Mr. Zhao asked me to look after you," Amy said. "Thank you, Amy," Leon said. "Let me show you around," Amy offered. Amy gave him a detailed tour of the paintings. Leon was completely absorbed. Just then, a woman approached. "Excuse me, are you Leon Parker?" "Yes, I am, and you are?" Leon asked. "I'm Grace. I'm a good friend of Ava's. She told me you'd be here today and asked me to make sure you were taken care of. I've heard so much about Robert Parker's talented grandson. It's a pleasure to finally meet you," Grace said. "Thank you, Ms. Grace. You're too kind," Leon said. "Please call me Grace. Or like Ava, you can call me Grace," she said. "Okay, Grace," Leon replied. "Amy, I'll take it from here," Grace said. Amy nodded and stepped aside. Grace and Leon hit it off immediately. His phone buzzed. He excused himself to take the call. "Leon, are you done with the exhibition? I'm in the parking garage. Come down when you're finished," Ava said. "I'm done. I'll be right there." I hung up and said to Grace, "Grace, I'm so sorry, but I have to go. I have another engagement." A knowing smile flickered in Grace's eyes. "I'll walk out with you. I need to say hi to Ava anyway." Ava was standing by her car, holding a bottle of water. Grace called out, "Ava, quite the move! My friend's power of persuasion isn't as strong as a handsome face is." Ava walked over, handed me the water, and said to Grace, "Can't the meeting wait? I'll go with you to pick up Mr. Parker's painting next time." Starting to make promises already? "Leon, Ava may seem serious, but she's actually very thoughtful. If she ever gives you a hard time, you let us know. We'll help you." "Grace, don't say that. Ava wouldn't give me a hard time." "See? Already defending her." "All right, I won't interrupt you two any longer. I have things to do at the office. I'm going." She walked to her car, turned back, and mouthed to Ava, "Good luck." Ava ignored her. "You've been walking for a while. Tired? Get in. I'll take you somewhere." I got in curious. "Ava, where are we going?" "You said you wanted those candied chestnuts. Since we have some time, let's go get them." My heart felt like it had been gently touched, a sweet feeling spreading inside. I had only mentioned it casually in conversation. I hadn't expected Ava to remember. I walked beside her, watching her carefully discuss flavor options with the vendor. I wished this moment could last forever. Back in the car. "Try one. Is it still the same?" Ava peeled a chestnut and held it to my lips. I opened my mouth instinctively. The warm, sweet chestnut melted in my mouth. "Good?" She peeled another and put it in my hand. "It's delicious," I nodded. "It tastes exactly the same. Thank you, Ava." The good feelings were spreading like vines, but the stronger they got, the more I panicked. I was afraid of falling too deep, only to end up with nothing but a broken heart. "Ava, are you this good to everyone?" I regretted the question as soon as I asked it. A faint smile touched Ava's lips. "What do you think?" "I don't know." Her question made my heart race. Ava didn't press further, just smiled softly. "He's introverted and sensitive. I need to guide him gently. I have time. I can wait for him to let his guard down. Keep the catalog. It has an original signature from Mr. Huang. It's valuable." "Thank you so much for today. Not just for the exhibition ticket, but also for the chestnuts. I'm free tomorrow. A new tea house opened in the city. The atmosphere is great, and they serve excellent tea. Would you like to come?" My heart stirred, but I shook my head. "Ava, I have to stay home and paint with my grandfather tomorrow." Ava's eyes flickered with disappointment, but she recovered quickly. "That's fine. Enjoy your time with him." When I got home, I put the catalog on the table and took a drink of water, trying to calm my racing heart. My mom came in. I saw Ava helping you with your catalog and waving goodbye. That's quite the treatment. Didn't she ask you out again? She did. She invited me for tea tomorrow. You said no? Why? I told you I'm painting with Grandpa tomorrow. My grandfather put down his brush, a knowing smile on his face. Leon, I know what you're worried about. You think the gap between you and Ava is too big. You're afraid of gossip and afraid of getting hurt. Grandpa, Ava, and I are from different worlds. She's so amazing, she must have so many better options than me. I don't want to end up embarrassed. Silly child. Status and wealth have never been the true measure of a person's worth. I've been watching Ava. She's not the type to take advantage of her position, and her feelings for you are obvious. You're afraid of getting hurt, I understand. But nothing in life, especially love, is ever a sure thing. If you let fear stop you, you might miss out on a lifetime of happiness. I didn't say anything. My thoughts were tangled like a knot. Grandpa's words made sense, but my fears felt too real. Maybe I should keep some distance from Ava. Let these feelings fade. From that day on, I started avoiding Ava. At first, she thought I was just busy, but after a few times, she sensed something was wrong. Leon's out with friends seeing a new sci-fi movie? That's odd, he doesn't even like sci-fi. Nothing, just ran into his mom. She said Leon was out seeing a movie. A movie? That's not right. Leon was in his studio all day. I saw him this morning when I passed by. He was working. Was he avoiding me? At the Lumiere Group headquarters, Ava was unusually distracted at her desk. Chloe was standing with a stack of files. Ms. Lawrence, this document needs your signature. Ava signed it, her handwriting messier than usual. Ms. Lawrence, if you're tired, I can handle the 3 p.m. meeting. No, it's fine. Ava suddenly remembered what Willa had said and called her. Willa, I need a favor. You know that art exhibition you're involved with? Do you need a volunteer with expertise in exhibition layout and art aesthetics? Someone like Leon Parker. Invite him officially. Say you heard he was Robert Parker's grandson. Make it sound legitimate. Don't let him know I suggested it, Ava said. Don't worry. I'll send the invitation first thing tomorrow. It'll be perfect. He won't suspect a thing. But you owe me one, Willa said. Ava's tension eased. She thought to herself, on the day of the event, I can happen to be nearby and we'll meet naturally. The exhibition is quite prestigious, Leon. It'll be good for you to help. It feels a bit sudden. Why me? Maybe it's a good chance to get out and clear your head. All right, I'll go. On the day of the event, a Saturday, I arrived at the venue half an hour early. Willa greeted him warmly at the entrance. Welcome, Leon. I'm so glad you could make it. I'm Willa, a friend of Ava's. She asked me to look after you today. Thank you, Willa. That's very kind, Leon said. The exhibition is on the second floor. Let me show you around, Willa offered. Leon followed Willa upstairs. As they walked up, some paintings were already hung, and staff were moving more. Willa addressed them. Everyone, this is Leon Parker, a young artist. He's here to advise on the layout. Please follow his instructions. I don't want to impose. We can discuss it together, Leon said. I think we should arrange them by theme, Leon suggested. He took out a measuring tape and got to work. Willa stood to the side, quietly texting Ava. He's here and working. He's here and working. A few minutes later, Ava replied. 20 minutes later, Ava's car pulled up. She carried a thermos, pretending to be passing by. She smiled when she saw me on a ladder, adjusting a painting. Be careful! I jumped, startled, and the ladder wobbled. Ava was at my side instantly, steadying it. Are you okay? Ava, what are you doing here? I was in the area. It's hot, so I brought you some chilled chrysanthemum tea with honey. I took a sip, noticing Grace smirking in the corner. This was probably an event Ava had arranged. Your layout idea is very professional. Ava, you came at the right time. What do you think? It's definitely better organized. The paintings are arranged with good rhythm and flow. The themes are clear, visually impactful, yet elegant. Well done. His praise made my heart race. I quickly pointed at a calligraphy piece on the wall to change the subject. I spent the next 3 days locked in my study. On the evening of the 4th day, my phone lit up with a message from Ava, followed by a location pin. My finger hovered between okay and forget it. Remembering what my grandfather had said that morning, I replied. Ava's response was immediate. When I walked out the gate, Ava was already there. Get in. I sat in the passenger seat, deliberately moving towards the door. Ava pretended not to notice. Ava, business is good. Bringing a friend to try my cooking? 2 bowls of congee, extra peanuts, and a plate of cucumber salad, less spice. Coming right up. The owner poured 2 glasses of warm lemon water. The owner used to live near my place. I helped his son with a school issue once. Mr. Parker, Ms. Lawrence, enjoy. Let me know if you need anything else. Thank you. I ate quietly. Ava watched me. Is it still the same as before? I nodded. When I was almost done, Ava spoke. From the day I took you to the exhibition until today, you've been avoiding me. You don't reply to messages, you don't answer calls, and you make excuses not to see me. Leon, tell me why you've been avoiding me. My chest felt tight. I gripped my spoon tighter. I wasn't avoiding you. I just felt uncomfortable. Uncomfortable? Is it being with me that makes you uncomfortable, or is it me as a person? It wasn't that I was uncomfortable. It was the opposite. I was too comfortable. Her gentleness was like a warm bath, and I felt like I was drowning in it. And that safety scared me. I'm scared people will talk. I'm scared they'll say I'm using you to move up. People at school look down on that kind of thing. And you have so much work, so many obligations. I don't want to be a burden. We're just different. You're the powerful CEO, and I'm just a regular person. Your world, your experiences, I don't fit. I'm scared I can't keep up. And more than that, I'm scared that this happiness is just an illusion. Yes. I've seen the storms of business, the treachery of hearts. He's still like a blank page. This gap is something that keeps me awake at night, sighing in frustration and sadness. But so what? I met him, and that's all that matters. I've fallen for him for the first time. How could I let go? Who dares to talk? With me around, no one in New York will dare to point a finger at you. And as for using me, I'm the one who wants to be with you. It's not for anyone else to decide. None of these are reasons for you to pull away. My position is the foundation of my confidence. I can protect you. This isn't a gap, it's a promise. I won't let you run, and you can't run. Her words dispelled all his fears and uncertainties. His heart raced faster. But, Leon started. No buts. I know what you're thinking, and I can handle it. I can talk to your grandfather and your parents. I can make it clear to everyone that I love you, Ava said. Why are you suddenly saying all this? I never imagined Ava would be so direct, Leon said. If I didn't say it, who knows how long you'd keep avoiding me. From the first moment you stumbled into my lounge, I noticed you. I thought, this guy is so bright. And then I talked to you and discovered you're talented. The more I got to know you, the more I wanted to be near you. It was like magic, Ava said. Leon thought to himself, she's noticed me since then. I know this might be sudden. I'm not asking for an answer right now. I just want you to know how I feel. Take your time. Whatever you decide, I'll respect it. But please, don't avoid me anymore. Let's go back to how things were, okay? Ava asked. Leon felt her nervousness through her grip on his hand. Then promise you won't use your CEO status to threaten me, or your older sister status to bully me, he said. Leon, does that mean you accept? Ava asked. I promise. Then I can call you Leon now? I don't want to call you Mr. Parker anymore. You've hardly ever called me Mr. Parker anyway. You've always called me Leon. Leon, have some watermelon, it's sweet. Thank you. Leon, I've been waiting for this day for a long time. The congee was good. You've got a bit of peanut here. The congee was delicious. If you ever want some, just tell me. No need to go through all that trouble. Leon, can I have a hug? My mind went blank. I don't even remember how I got home. How is it that we just confirmed our relationship and she's already so smooth? My heart is still racing. My dad and sister were waiting in the living room. Leon, come sit. Have some of your mom's pear soup. How was your talk with Ava? What are you asking? It's obvious, he finally got her. Sophia was excited. We just had dinner. Don't read too much into it. Then why is your face so red? Didn't Ava say anything? I couldn't hold it in anymore. She told me she likes me. Our Leon finally has someone. I knew it. Every move she made was to get closer to our family. She's a good person. I'm relieved you two are together. Just remember to communicate with her. Don't be so defensive. I know. Ava is busy, but she makes time for you. That means a lot. Last class of the week, a girl from my department caught up with me. Leon, wait up. Ava saw us from a distance and a pang of jealousy rose in her chest. By the time I got into the car, I was smiling. Tired. I'm fine. Why is the AC so cold? I reached to adjust the temperature, but Ava caught my wrist. Who was that girl? Just a classmate. I had to borrow notes from her when I was sick. She even wrote a thank you note. Stay away from her. She seems too friendly. You're just being paranoid. We're just friends, and she has a boyfriend. She was asking me for advice on birthday gifts for him just the other day. The tension in Ava's expression softened.